Hello guys, this is FX Bright, the trade guru. So on this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to trade using the Bollinger Bands. Listen guys, this video is going to blow your mind. So please like and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you can be alerted anytime I drop a new video. So the first thing we're going to put on this our chart is, you guess it right, the Bollinger Bands. So you go to your indicators, windows, and you can see the Bollinger Bands here. So we're going to click on the Bollinger Bands. Now we're going to make the period 20, and I'm just going to leave the color as yellow. So you can screenshot this if you don't know, and click on done. So now what do we have? Quickly, we do have our Bollinger Bands, these yellow lines. So basically how people understand the Bollinger Bands is, it's supposed to be an indicator that helps to determine overbought and oversold areas relative to price action. So what that means is, usually you're supposed to believe that once the price gets to the top of this Bollinger Bands, it's supposed to sell, gets to the bottom or maybe the middle, buy, goes to the top, sell, to the bottom, buy, to the top, sell, to the bottom, buy. So the idea behind the Bollinger Bands is like that. But you see, you can't even, if you're going to be trading you can't trade indicators solely based on the indicators indicating buys or sells. You have to be able to have an understanding of price action itself if you're ever going to be profitable using indicators. So what I want to make, what the next thing we're going to put on this our chart is another indicator. But I'm going to show you guys something. You know, in my previous videos I've explained how to use price actions, but for the purpose of this video I'm going to show you guys some things to understand again when you're applying it to the trading of the Bollinger Bands. So please go to my other videos and understand in large scale how to trade the Bollinger Bands. But on this video, I'm still going to show you some things to understand. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to put another indicator, which is the moving average. Click on this. Click on moving average. And we're going to put a moving average of 5. Period of 5. Shift 0. And we're going to make it white. So click on done. So you can see my moving average looking beautiful. So the moving average is this white line moving right in between the Bollinger Bands. Beautiful. So the next thing the next indicator I'm going to put is the RSI. So I'm going to put an RSI indicator, relative strength index, put it, make it 7, and I'm going to put the levels like this: 30, 70, 50, and 60. So click on done. So you can see my RSI looking very beautiful on the lower parts. So guys, this is how to use the strategy. I'm telling you the honest truth. Now this strategy is very important for scalping. If you want to grow your little account, you want to, that little account, you want to keep building it steadily, this particular strategy will be of very, 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 very important use to that growth of the account. It's a very beautiful strategy. So now look at this, guys. The first thing we want to understand is the price movement. Listen guys, I always tell you, you don't have any business using indicators if you don't know price action, at least in the basic form of it. So guys, in this particular move of the market, what you will see is that the market went up, came down, went up, and broke structures to the downward direction. Because of this move, I call this move the 1, 2, 3 move. 1, 2, break structure. Once this move happens, you're potentially going to be selling. So since the move has already broken structure to the downward direction, you are potentially going to be selling. How are you going to be selling? You are going to find, because you can see this place was a support zone, price bounced off this point, came here, bounced off this point, went up and came down to break it. So I'm going to draw a zone area on this particular support zone, right? And I'm going to wait for price to come back into that support zone. I'm going to wait for price to come back into that support zone, and I'll be looking for a sell. But how am I supposed to be looking for that? I want this particular support zone to be in line with the top of the Bollinger Bands. If my support zone is not in line with the top of the Bollinger Bands, I may not take that trade. So if, for instance, this Bollinger Bands was somewhere down here, the top of the Bollinger Bands was somewhere down here, and my support zone is on the top, even if price touches the top of my Bollinger Bands, I will wait for it to come to this point before finding the sell. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the support zone is down and the Bollinger Band is very high, if price gets to the support zone, I will not take it until the Bollinger Band meets it. So don't worry, guys, if I'm speaking too much English. This is like a back test. So we're going to be scrolling through the chart so you can see more of what I'm talking about, and you will understand the strategy perfectly well. Now, this is where the price is right now, right? So I drew my support zone. We're going to wait for the price to get into the support zone and see what happens. All right. So you can see price has gotten to the support zone. And what you would have seen is price got to the support zone and we have our Bollinger Bands just at that support zone. This is exactly what we want. So what do? The moment a red candle closes below our moving average line, remember the moving average is this white line. So the moment we have a sell candle that closes below this moving average, we will take a sell and we will sell to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, however long or short that place is. Remember, this is a scalping strategy. This will help you build your account. I promise you that. Okay, so the moment this candle closes below the moving average, we take a sell all the way down to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So let's see how this trade goes. Good. So you can see that the moving average has touched the bottom of the Bollinger Band. You can put your stop loss at the top. So we're going to keep going and see what happens. Now the price kept going down. Now you can see the market has started making some little buy upward move. So the moment we see that, we are going to find the next support zone or resistance zone where price might be able to bounce off. Now, just on hindsight, you can see that this particular point is has been a support zone. So, but the problem with that point is that, see where price is, see where the top of the Bollinger Band is. The price is almost about to get to this point, but this is where the top of the Bollinger Band is. So there is potential that this particular support zone or resistance zone is not the best place. Until we can be able to get this top of the Bollinger Bands close to this point, in this point, then we can be able to start considering the support zone. Now, but I'm still going to look on the top and see if I can find another support zone. And here is another support zone. Remember, this is a 5 minutes time frame. So you should be able to spot this support zone, however little they might look like. So I'm going to put a zone area here so we can be able to see what really went on. So you can see how that this particular point, if you look all the way down here, you can see how price was able to, react to the zone, came up, bounced, hit it, came down. So this particular place served as a zone area, a resistance zone and a support zone. So the moment price is coming down, I can see that this area looks a little bit closer to the Bollinger Bands. So let's scroll. So you can see how price has been able to get to this first support zone, but this Bollinger Bands is still too far. You can't take this trade. You just have to wait for anyone that comes close to the top of the Bollinger Bands. So the Bollinger Bands is coming down now. So you can see how that price has been able to meet the top of the Bollinger Bands here and also the support zone around this area. So this is nice. So you can see how the price has been able to enter that support zone. So now what is the next thing? I said the next thing is we will look for a candle that we close below the moving average. Remember, this moving average is this white one. So if the next candle closes below this white candle, we will take a sell all the way to the bottom of this Bollinger. So let's see. So now we have that candle closing below the white one. We'll take a sell on that candle, this particular candle that closed here, a sell on this candle, and we'll take the sell to the bottom of the Bollinger. So let's see how the trade goes. Beautiful. So you can see how this scalp was a success. So guys, we're gonna keep going forward to see what happens. Now let's keep going. Let's keep going. The moment we see the buy pressure, we'll start drawing our support lines. Now look at this. The market starts sort of having a buy pressure. So what we're going to do is going to come and find a good zone area. So we're going to put this place here. Beautiful. So this is a good support zone, which price did some reactions here and came down. So this is a good place to find. And hopefully when the market is going up, this guy will come down and they will meet somewhere around this point. So this is a good place to project, to wait for the market. So let's see how it goes. So you can see. Good. So this is what I was trying to show you guys early. This is where the top of the moving average came all the way to this point. But this is not good because this is where the support zone is. So even though this happens, we are going to wait for the price to get to the support zone. Are you saying? So we'll wait for the price to get to the support zone. Whereas in this other example I was giving, where is that other example I was giving? In this other example I was trying to give, if the support zone, like this one here, if the support zone is, if the price gets to the support zone before the moving average, I will not take this trade until the price gets to the moving average and I'll find the support zone there. In this particular one, the price got to the Bollinger Bands, sorry. The price got to the Bollinger Bands. You cannot take the trade until the price gets to the support zone. So I'll keep scrolling. I'll keep moving. So let's see. So you can see now the price has entered the zone area. So what is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is to wait for a sell pressure below this line, below the white line, which is the moving average line, a candle to close below, and then we will take a sell to the bottom of the Bollinger. So good. So now we have that red candle that has closed below the moving average line, which is the white line. So we take a sell all the way to the bottom of the Bollinger. So let's see how it goes. So beautiful. You can see how we're able to successfully scalp this trade from that place to the bottom of the Bollinger. So guys, I'm going to maybe just take one more example. You can go on to backtest this strategy as you like. So now you can see something happening now. I told you guys you have to understand price action. So you can see how the price was kind of now forming a higher high, as though, remember, had it broke downwards, then we are going to draw a support line and also wait for that and all these things we're doing. But for now, you can see the price didn't break, it started going up. So we're going to wait to see what happens in price action sense. So I'm going to extend this one. Let's see if price is able to break it. Okay, good. Now, so since price has been able to break this point, so price has been able to come down and break this. Remember, the reason why we could not take this trade, this other trade, is because this price is supposed to go all the way down and break this zone area, so we can draw a line and wait for it to come. But obviously we can see now that it didn't get there, so we have to wait to see what happens. Now we saw that the price came, did a 1 2 3 move, 1 2, break structure. So the moment it broke this structure, we remember it has started, we are now thinking of buying this market. So what do? Like I always say, we're going to wait for the price to get to the bottom of this Bollinger, and we are going to find a support zone that tallies with the bottom of this Bollinger. So this particular red zone here, we can't use it because see where it is, see where the bottom of the Bollinger is. We're not going to use that. So what we're going to wait for is for price to be able to come down. So what I can see is that if I draw a trend line here, good, I can be able to see that point as a good support zone. So let's see how the price is, and let's see how it will work with the Bollinger. All right, beautiful. So you can see what has happened. Price has been able to touch this my line, has been able to touch this my trend line, and now we can see a buy candle that was able to close above the moving average. The moment this has happened, I'm taking a buy. Now guys, remember the reason why I didn't take this particular side. Remember, even though this side you can see here was a resistance, whatever, so the price came and it touches this. The reason why I didn't take it is because this is Bollinger Bands was still too far for it. But the moment I can be able to spot another good support zone, in this particular case a good trend line I saw, and price was able to come down, get to the Bollinger, touch the trend line, and beautiful. So what I waited for is for price to make that buy pressure and close above this moving average white line. The moment I see that, I'm taking a buy. I'm taking a buy all the way to the top of the Bollinger. So let's see how it goes. Beautiful. So you can see how the price was able to come to the top of the Bollinger. Guys, this strategy works like fire. Take this to your arsenal and make a lot of money. And I will see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification, because I'll be giving you guys more videos on how to milk this market. See you guys in my next video.